Hello everybody, we're going to do something a little bit different today. We have a few people asking us why we use MeWe and not Facebook, and people not wanting a change and oh, that's too difficult to learn and we've got Facebook, so why do we need that? Well, first of all, I'll tell you why we're not on Facebook. It's a personal thing because I think they are too controlling. Now, it's not just about free speech, which many people think that's the reason why I'm not on Facebook. But what actually happened, which sort of drummed it home to me with Facebook, was that I did an innocuous post on one of our groups, and we were doing picture rhyming slang, and one of them was Tommy Tit, which is rhyming slang for a shit, obviously. And let's say it's just a bit of fun. So I put a picture of Tommy Cooper and a pair of tits. I got a ban from Facebook. I got a ban, I believe that one was for 7 days. Now, because I also had my business pages on Facebook for my graphic design business and a couple of other projects that I use, or I'm doing, or was doing, I could not have access to those for that 7 days either. So because I did something, some may say a little silly, on my normal timeline, I got banned from updating my business posts. So that to me shows that Facebook have far too much control. And then we obviously get into the tracking, where they track you everywhere. All the bloody adverts absolutely get on my tits, and obviously free speech. So I will never, well, I won't say never, but it's very unlikely that I'll ever use Facebook again. I've deleted everything. I have no profile or anything on there anymore. There is no way that Facebook was going to have any control over my business activities. So that was the major reason. And also it was just mundane load of old shit of people's pictures of their dinner and people whining about nothing. So it just became a bit poisonous for me. So that's why I decided to try MeWe. And MeWe is very much like Facebook, except you won't get banned because it does support free speech. Now, don't read that as it's full of nutters, because it's not. It's just Facebook without the ads, without the tracking, and with free speech. And it's very similar. Now, I want to show you so you can see how easy it is. So we're going to jump over onto the desktop now, and I'll open up MeWe. I think I'm recording on screen now, yes. So I'm just going to go to oh, I spelled that wrong straight away. MeWe.com. Okay, and what will come up is your feed. So if you look up here at home, up in the top left, and this is just the same as your Facebook timeline. So this is everything that you're in. So this would be any friends you've got on here, any groups that you belong to. Very, very much the same as Facebook, to be honest. So that's the main thing. Then along the top here, next to home, we have chats. I'll leave that for a minute. But then we've also got groups, which is exactly the same as Facebook. So if I press the groups button, then these down here are the groups that I belong to. So obviously I've got Hannah the Narrowboat, Living in the Ditch, Eye Candy, Gate and Moors, Sanity Bypass, and if I join any other groups, they will go down here. Now if I click on Hannah the Narrowboat, we're obviously straight into the Hannah the Narrowboat group, which again, if you're on Facebook and you're in Narrowboat Users Group or something like that, you would press on that group, wouldn't you? And then that'll take you into the group. So again, exactly the same. So that's easy enough. Now what I'll do now is I will just now jump back to the chats bit, which is the one next to home. Now what this is a little bit like Messenger, but it's within MeWe itself. So it's almost like if you're using Facebook, you'd have chat embedded in Facebook rather than that bloody separate separate app and all that sort of nonsense. So now this is all your chats. But again, the cool thing about this, if we go back into our groups, and down the bottom here, if I can just do it, I might have messed up there. Chats, let's open that. So down here we can go to groups, sorry. And then you can press Living in a Ditch, and this is the chat for Living in the Ditch. So this is like Messenger within the group. So this is where you can just talk to people, but remember it would be public. I'm going to go back home again, and I'm going to go into my groups. I'm going to go Hannah the Narrowboat, and now that this is where I'm trying to talk about the groups part of it. It's down here on the bottom right, as you're seeing it now, where my mouse is wiggling around. You can see group chat. So this is it embedded within the group. So in the middle here is just the group, just like it would be Nug or Canal Marketplace or whatever. But on the side of that down here in the group chat, you can chat and mess around down there. But again, remember, that's public to that group, not public to the world, but public to within that group. So also when you're within a group, which I find quite cool, if you look here where it says Hannah the Narrowboat, which is top right almost under my picture, you can see we have an events button. So any events that have been made are there. Any tags that people use are there. The members are there. The photos and videos are there. Again, very similar to Facebook. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't see why people have a problem moving over to a different platform. I'm an absolute advocate of alternative media, especially alternative social media. So the way things are going, you see we're on Rumble now, obviously, as well as YouTube, because it could be something innocuous that I say that gets us banned. So we've had a slap on the wrist for nothing, for stating facts. So that made us think, right, you know, we need to protect our channel. It wasn't so much that we care, well, we do care about going on with it, but it's my diary, and I don't want someone to be able to rip up my diary and it disappears and it's gone just because I said something that they didn't like. So now with Rumble, which obviously this is for a whole new video we could do on that, what it's done is it's taken all my YouTube videos and copied them onto the Rumble platform, and so I have a backup. That's what I'm trying to say. And also, if the worst should happen, and again, if we did something innocuous and got banned from YouTube, then we are on Rumble, and we carry on Rumble. So I would say give MeWe a try. It's easy enough, it's self-explanatory. Obviously I've shown you here on the desktop, but obviously, yeah, there's a phone app and all that sort of stuff, so it's very similar. I always prefer to use desktop apps anyway, because I like my laptop more than my phone. My phone's small, and I like the iPad a bit, but I'm just going on about nothing anyway. Join our MeWe group, come and have a play. And something I would just like to say, the Hannah the Narrowboat group, which is what I'd like you all to join, obviously, and all the others if you want to. But that's not just, doesn't have to be about Hannah the Narrowboat. It's your group. Do whatever you want on there, obviously within reason. Don't start, it's pointless getting political and all that sort of shit on there. There's other groups for that. We've got our Living in a Ditch group for that if you want to play around with that. But the Hannah the Narrowboat group, if you just use it like you would Narrowboat users group. Show us your boats, show us what you're up to, and then that's it. Let's all get away from bloody Facebook. Bye.